ओके, सो द यूनिफॉर्म सर्कुलर मोशन, और इसमें आ जाता है figure 2.1 shows a satellite moving at a constant speed in a circular orbit, okay, around the earth. Speed is scalar quantity but velocity is vector quantity. State how scalar quantity differs from vector quantity. जी मुझे how how scalar quantity differs. So हम लिखते हैं scalar has magnitude only. Scalar has magnitude only. तो मैंने पूछा how scalar, तो हम लिखते हैं scalar has magnitude only. Next पढ़े. Force is vector. G. Yes. Next is G. There is a resultant force acting on the satellite in figure 2.1. Explain how the motion of satellite shows that the resultant force is active. जी बच्चे, क्या होना चाहिए इसका आंसर? आवाज आ रही है आपको? वही तो मैं पूछ रहा हूँ. Just give me 1 second. नोट्स में देखता हूँ ये वाला है कि इसको मुझे लग रहा है कि किया होगा. जी, कहते हैं explain how the motion of satellite shows that a resultant force is acting on it. तो इसमें हम लिखते हैं कि there is a force of, इसकी आपके पास बुक है? ठीक है. जी बच्चों. इसका आंसर देखेंगे जरा क्या लिखा है उन्होंने. Direction of motion is changing and velocity is इसको मैं अब लिखवाना चाह रहा हूँ कि okay, the velocity is tangent to the circle and we know that the resultant force is towards the center, that we call the centripetal force. तो इसमें हम अगर कहें the centripetal force, the direction of, क्या लिखा हुआ था उसमें मार्किंग स्कीम में? जी जी जी। हाँ, इसमें हम लिखते हैं the direction the direction of velocity is changing. The direction of velocity is changing. That produces that produces the acceleration acceleration. Therefore, therefore the the resultant force will act on the satellite. Therefore, the resultant force act on the satellite. जी मुझे अब पढ़े आगे नेक्स्ट स्टेट द कॉज ऑफ दिस फोर्स कि इस ये फोर्स यस ग्रेविटेशनल force produces the centripetal force. Next question is October number 1822. जी पढ़े बच्चे how speed is differ from velocity तो हम कहते हैं speed has magnitude only. Speed has magnitude only. जी बच्चे आगे जी इसमें क्या होगा as it orbits the earth हाँ जी तो उससे हमारे पास क्या होगा जी बच्चे इसमें हम लिखते हैं the magnitude of velocity is constant. The magnitude of velocity is constant. The magnitude of velocity is constant, but its direction is changing. But its direction is continuously continuously changing at each point. At each point. ठीक है? Therefore, therefore, acceleration is produced. Therefore, acceleration is produced. Next is on figure 1.1, draw an arrow starting on the satellite to show the direction of the satellite's acceleration. So direction of satellite acceleration is towards the center of the planet. This is called centripetal acceleration. And force is also towards the center of the planet. This is called the centripetal force. नेक्स्ट आ जाए सी पार्ट पढ़े. हाँ, कहते हैं कि ये इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन है. As the satellite orbits the Earth, it experiences a force due to the gravitational attraction. State and explain whether this force does work on the satellite. तो अब देखें इस केस में the direction of velocity is here, mean the displacement is in this direction. Okay, so the direction of displacement and force are perpendicular. ठीक है, जैसे भी कह सकते हैं वर्क सैटेलाइट आर रिवॉल्विंग इन अ क्लोज path, so the net displacement is zero. या ऐसे लिखते हैं the direction of motion, the direction of resultant force is perpendicular. Direction of resultant force is perpendicular to the direction of motion of the satellite. Direction of motion of satellite. So work done by the force is zero. So work done by the force is zero. ये बात होगी. अब इसके बाद and there is no change in velocity. There is no change in velocity and height of the satellite because it is revolving in a fixed orbit. There is no change in velocity and height of satellite तो इसमें कह सकते हैं so kinetic and potential energy and potential energy are constant, so therefore no change in the energy of satellite. So no change in satellite energy. Any confusion? Next question number 3 पढ़े. Mass और speed आ जाते हैं. Underline आपने करना है. Mass, speed are the scalar. Next is the velocity of the satellite changes, but its speed is constant. Okay. State what is meant by velocity. Velocity is the rate of change of displacement. rate of change of displacement. Okay, next. चलिए आगे पढ़ें. Explain why the velocity changes due to the change in direction. है ना? Due to why the velocity changes? Due to the change in direction. Due to change in direction of velocity. इसका आंसर देखेंगे. ये लिखा. Okay. Explain what makes the satellite to move in an orbit that is circular. जी. Centripetal force. लेकिन यहाँ पे 2 marks का है. ऐसे लिखते हैं. There is a gravitational force. There is an gravitational force of attraction. So of attraction between. There is an gravitational force of attraction between Earth and satellite. Earth and satellite. There is a gravitational force of attraction between Earth and satellite, which is towards the Earth, which is towards the Earth. Now, this force provides this force provides necessary centripetal force. Okay, that keep the satellite to move in orbit. Next is the satellite is placed into orbit by rocket. Figure 9.2 shows the rocket as it take off. Okay, the rocket and the fuel has a total mass. Total mass is given, and the total weight is also given. The resultant force acting upward force है ये. Calculate the thrust produced by the rocket engine. Thrust कितना होगा? जी बच्चे. कौन से एग्जाम में? स्कूल. जी बच्चे. So calculate the thrust. हाँ जी. तो कितनी thrust होगी? Weight plus total weight is 4,000. हाँ ऐसे लिखते हैं. Thrust equals 50,000 and 400,000. तो ये इसको ऐड करें जरा. 400,000 plus 50,000 resultant force acting upward on the rocket is this. So the total force is इन दोनों को ऐड करना पड़ेगा. No, sorry. The resultant force is upward. and weight is downward. आंसर चेक करें क्या आता है ऐड करने से तो ज्यादा नहीं बन जाएगा. आंसर चेक करें मेरा 400 450,000. Okay, so the total force thrust equals दोनों की इक्वल होगी ना. So this is 450,000. Calculate the acceleration of the rocket. Acceleration equals F equals ma. So A equals F over m. Total thrust is calculate the acceleration. So 50,000 is the resultant force. इसमें हम resultant force लेते हैं Newton second law. 50,000 over mass 40,000. चेक करें. वन पॉइंट टू फाइव. आंसर चेक कर लो. 1.25 and अच्छा thrust के साथ मीटर. Acceleration is meter per second square. Next is in the first 4 minutes after takeoff, the acceleration of the rocket is uniform. State what is meant by the uniform acceleration. Acceleration होता है change in velocity over time. So the equal change in velocity in equal interval of time. ठीक है ऐसे लिखते हैं. In uniform acceleration, there is an equal there is an equal change in in velocity in equal interval of time. In equal interval of time. There is an equal change in velocity in equal interval of time. Any confusion? Next आ जाता है. Describe the motion of the rocket in the first 12 minutes. 0 to 4 uniform acceleration, 4 to 6 increasing acceleration, 6 to 10 decreasing acceleration, 10 to 12 constant acceleration. On figures sketch the speed time graph for the 12 minutes. So you don't need to give values for the speed. अच्छा अब बचे 0 to पहले कितना था 0 to 4 यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन. यूनिफॉर्म एक्सेलरेशन मीन यहाँ पे मैं ऐसे कर देता हूँ. लेट्स सपोज ये 0 to 4 हम पहले ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं. ओके सो 0 to 4 there is uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means constant acceleration. So 0 to 4 0 to 4 straight line. Straight line. Next, अब आगे क्या होगा बच्चे. From 4 to 6 where we have to show the curved line. Yes, जी 4 to 6 कहाँ पे कर्व लाइन होनी चाहिए. आइदर इस तरह से बनाऊं कि इस तरह से बनाऊं। हाँ, so this should be increasing acceleration from 4 to 6। तो मैं ना यहाँ पे इधर लगा देता हूँ, this is 6, तो ऐसे आ जाएगा। थोड़ा सा और अच्छा शो कर देते हैं, ठीक है ना? एनी कंफ्यूजन? अब नेक्स्ट इसके बाद क्या है, फ्रॉम 6 to 10 decreasing acceleration, 6 to 10 दिस वन। और यहाँ पे मैं ऐसे शो करूंगा, 6 to 10 we have a decreasing acceleration, so this will be now in this way, है ना? और लास्ट में क्या है, constant speed, speed is constant, so graph will be a straight line till 12। इस तरह का कभी ग्राफ देखा तो नहीं है। चलो, उन्होंने सारी चीजें पूछ ली है ना इसमें। Okay, next is state how the speed time graph in B can be used to find the distance traveled by the rocket. Area under the speed time graph, under speed time graph, speed time graph equals gives distance. So your circular portion is now completed. Any confusion? अब नेक्स्ट कल करेंगे, लेकिन मैं आपको फॉर्मूला रिवाइज करवा रहा हूँ। एक फॉर्मूला आपको आना, चले यहाँ से नोट से देखें, अपने नोट्स देखें कहाँ पे है। सो पहले तो फॉर्मूलाज देख लेते हैं। Acceleration, distance. Okay, this is the moment. Moment is the product of force and the perpendicular distance from the pivot. Second formula we use, this one is very important. Sum of clockwise moment equals sum of anti-clockwise moment. So F1 D1 equals F2 D2. F may be the weight, which is mg, ठीक है? Equilibrium. Equilibrium mean the net force act on a body should be zero, and the second condition is the net moment acting on the body should be zero. Next is the center of gravity is the point where entire weight appears to act. ये कुछ आपको फॉर्मूलाज आने चाहिए इस चैप्टर के लिए, और इसके बाद इसकी डेफिनेशंस पे आ जाते हैं। डेफिनेशंस में जी बच्चों, मोमेंट की डेफिनेशन पढ़ें। मोमेंट, it is the turning effect of the force, and equilibrium is, what is equilibrium? No net force, then body will be in equilibrium, and in equilibrium either the body is at rest or moving with a uniform velocity, not only at rest. It may be moving with a uniform velocity. Principle of moment is in equilibrium, the sum of about the pivot. And next is the center of gravity, the point where entire. Okay? Any confusion? जी लेकिन इसके डिफरेंट चैप्टर्स के साथ फॉर्मूलाज कंबाइन होके आएंगे ठीक है चलो कल ये फिर करेंगे बच्चे ओके ऑफिस